Hi everyone, welcome to Masterpiece Alchemy. I'm Tala and I am also known as the Nerdy Healer. I am going to go ahead and do some readings today. And I think what we'll do is we'll just start with a general message and we'll see if Spirit has any messages for us and maybe get some ideas about where we want to go with the next 2, maybe 3 readings. Thank you to my subscribers. I am so grateful. I already have 14 subscribers and I've had my channel up for less than 2 weeks. And so it's just really exciting. So let's go ahead and jump right into this, okay? I'm going to start with message cards here. Spirit, what messages would you like for us to focus on here with this first read? A free message, so this is open-ended. All right. I am going to shuffle these cards. All right, Spirit. I think we'll do like a really basic read and just ask about a situation. We'll put a situation here, and then we'll get on the left we'll get like an opportunity, and then over here we'll get a hindrance. And I'm just going to keep this really, really open and see if we can just channel some information here. Okay, we've got a Hierophant here. All right. Hierophant is about traditions. It's about guidance. Hierophants are guides. Teaching, learning, all this kind of stuff. We have an Ace of Swords. Opportunity to learn something new, perhaps, with that Ace of Swords. An area for growth or a hindrance. What do we need to look at in terms of what might be blocking the energy here? A Nine of Wands. All right, feeling wounded. Okay. Well, that seems pretty clear. I think we're looking at somebody who's in the role of a mentor or a teacher. With that, there could be some innovation happening here with the Ace of Swords. Either for this Hierophant, or this could be guidance that this Hierophant energy is going to be giving to others. So we'll see if we can channel a little bit more into what that might be. And then over here, we've got a feeling of being wounded. This is somebody who's we got some burdens with the Nine of Wands. Let's go ahead and get a little bit more information on the Hierophant. What area of life is this Hierophant? What are we talking about here? Let me just shuffle these cards too. So Hierophants are, I think the guidance that they provide tends to be more on the logical side rather than less so on the intuitive side. However, as I look at the card here, I am seeing there's a staircase, which represents like the ascension journey, or the spiritual path. But I am seeing this light here, and it looks like there's like a lotus flower here. So the lotus flower can symbolize lots of different things, but I'm really drawn to the light in the center of it. I think that can represent intuition, sort of that guidance that comes from spirit, which is accessible to us when we tap into our intuition. So I guess I'm sort of picking up that this might be a Hierophant who, uses the intuition in the way that they guide others. It could also be about the Hierophant themselves and their own growth. So let's get some more information. What are we looking at here? And let's do we'll do past, present, future underneath this with 3 cards. I do want to cut this deck. Okay, Spirit, 3 cards to help us understand the Hierophant. Wheel of Fortune. Okay, Karmic Wheel. Can be about prosperity, abundance, a turn of events. If it's positive, it can also be a negative turn of events. And that's in the recent past. We have a Queen of Swords. Okay, we might be talking about a feminine energy, and it might be an air sign, or it might represent, using the spoken word, the written word to communicate ideas. And coming up is the Hermit. Okay, so a need for introspection, a time to go within, a time to tap in with the intuition. So this is what we're looking at for the Hierophant. Okay. And let's go ahead and look at the Ace of Swords. And Ace of Cups. Alright, so we might be looking at somebody who's receiving some guidance around career and love. We've got the Sun card, happiest card in the deck. Seems like somebody's, this person who may be receiving that guidance seems to be quite happy. Maybe they feel a real affinity for this Hierophant energy. If they're getting some really good guidance, and it's leading them maybe even back to a state of innocence. And in the future, a Queen of Cups. Alright. A loving feminine energy. Somebody who's nurturing, somebody who's like the quintessential mother, somebody who's compassionate, very connected to healing, right, with all that water. And so we might be looking at a Queen of Cups who's receiving this information from the Hierophant. Queen of Cups is a female water sign, or feminine water sign, male or female. It's feminine energy. And how about this hindrance, this barrier, the Ten of Cups in the past? Alright, so there could have been a divorce, a separation, or there could have just been some problems in a partnership. And this Queen of Cups may have been seeking some guidance on that. We have a Tower. Alright, so destruction, transformation, release. But of course, when the Tower comes down, there's an opportunity for a new tower to be built in that place. And a Page of Wands. Okay. So a younger fire sign energy. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius with the fire. Well, let's stop there. Let's see if we can just get a little bit more. We might even pull more cards if that feels right. So we've got the Hierophant. Something is changing, perhaps. There could be a sense that, yeah, I think that Wheel of Karma turns so that there can be progress, right? So we can continue to move along our path. And with the staircase, it seems like it's an ascension path. Okay. The Queen of Swords, I think in this instance, is about discernment. The Hierophant energy might be using some discernment in the way that they offer advice or guidance. And with the Hermit, there might be a recommendation to this Queen of Swords or Queen of Cups energy to spend some time going within, introspecting, trying to find answers from within. And of course, when we're in that meditative, introspective space, a lot of times we are connecting in with the cosmos through our intuition, and we're drawing down like the wisdom of the ages, right? Certain universal truths. And so I think the message that I'm getting here is, you know, I think the Hierophant is perhaps advising somebody that it's necessary to take some time introspecting, in solitude, really, right? Kind of take time to step back from the community, to step back from close relationships, and to try to get, to create a energetic field that is somewhat insulated, right? So that there can be, you know, a discovery of one's own truth. All right. So what's this Ace of Swords about here? Here's the opportunity. And, you know, we might be, again, talking about a water sign feminine with this Queen of Cups. I'm wondering if this time of introspection that the Hierophant is suggesting might be helpful is to do with a new start in love. And like how to create, right? How to maybe receive this cup of love in the best way possible, right? With the Sun card. How can I be as happy as possible when I am receiving this new cup of love? And, you know, using the mind, right, with this Queen of Swords over here, using the mind, using ideas, perhaps talking about how one is thinking, the choices that one is making, so that they can truly receive this cup and evolve into this Queen of Cups, or remember who they are, right? Maybe they're already the Queen of Cups, but to embody this to their fullest potential. And again, there's a lot happening with the intuition here. We also see like there's a math formula down here, and there's some symbols here. And so, like drawing from maybe esoteric knowledge, using logic with the Ace of Swords. And a challenge here. So we see that there's a feeling of being wounded. There's a feeling of having been through something tough cycle. And pretty soon she's going to have 10 wands and is going to need to release those because it's just not sustainable. to carry so many wands. So how do I have this breakthrough? How do I continue to grow when I'm feeling burdened, when I'm carrying a heavy load? And in the past, with the Ten of Cups, there was a happy family. And so this suggests that, you know, perhaps with the Tower card after it, a happy family has crumbled. There's a sense that something needs to be released. There's a sense that something new is going to need to be created, because that Tower is definitely coming down. Something was built on a faulty foundation. There also is some natural forces at play here. But the figure here is falling towards the earth, and the crown is falling off. And so there's a sense of, like, you know, falling down the stairs, right? Maybe you were at a place, a more ascended place, and then, you know, maybe a karmic wheel turned. With this card here, a karmic wheel could have turned. I mean, it's always turning, because that's just life. Nothing ever stays the same. You know, time is not static. But anyway, a sense that, you know, this is part of that wound. And I'm wondering if there was an element of not knowing better, being young with that Page of Wands. That's a younger energy. Okay, maybe there was action taken without enough forethought, without enough experience. I mean, there are no mistakes. We always have an opportunity to learn from our choices and the natural consequences of those choices. But this is what's in the past. So I get the feeling that whatever's happened in the past that's caused this person who's receiving guidance to experience this Tower moment and this burden is, I get the feeling that it's simply a matter of youthful folly, if you will. All right. Okay. I think I'm going to stop this reading here. I think this has given us a lot of good information, and I think we can expand this in the upcoming readings. I'll probably do a couple more. So, okay, thank you, Spirit. Thanks for being here all, and bye for now.